Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Live, Eat and Heal. If you are new, my name is Daina, and I am the author of the book, Live, Eat and Heal, The Way Nature Intended. It is available on Amazon as an ebook and as a paper book. It is based on my personal journey from sickness to health. For 10 years, my experience as an intensive care nurse for more than 30 years, what I learned from the School of Nursing, from the School of Life, the different diets, and the food pyramid we are having today. So get your copy and let me hear your views. Today, I'm going to share with you chapter 3 of my book, Physiology Behind My Illness. In this chapter, I try and share with you what was happening behind the scenes. Why was my immune system on overdrive? That's the question I'm asking here. Why was my immune system fighting its own healthy cells? Why was my immune system confused? Why would it be confused anyway in the first place? How come it never got confused before? And then all of a sudden it just wakes up confused. When I started asking these questions, I actually then realized something must be going on, something must be happening, and it must be entirely to do with what I am doing, what I'm putting into my body. As Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And it's at that time I thought, let me revisit all the food groups I'm eating. And I had to do my research. This research was not funded. It was a personal research I did on my own. And I had to stop eating all processed foods. I had to stop eating anything which was added to any food which was not natural. Things like your MSG, your nitrates, your sulfites, your carrageenan, artificial flavor, artificial coloring. I stopped all that. Refined sugars, refined carbohydrates, alcohol, I stopped all that. And then I had to put 3 different food groups on hold for a good 21 days. And this is what I advocate in my detox program, which you can get on my site. All the details are below. There's a link to get you to my website. I do run a 60-day program on detox, which is divided into 3 phases. Anyway, back to the book. After I put these foods on hold, the first 7 days I got worse before I even got better. Different symptoms came up. And then by day 14, 15, things started easing off. I started feeling better in myself. I could now feel, oh, I wake up in the morning and I don't have pain, which was quite amazing because we get used to pain. We are so conditioned to live with pain in this generation. I started phoning friends and family to say, can you believe I woke up without pain? But that's not what it should be. It should be the other way around. We should be waking up in the morning to say, can you believe I am in pain? But no, with me it was the other way around. Can you believe I woke up without pain? So it just shows you how conditioned we are now about pain. We've learned to accept pain. We are not healthy anymore. We are chasing diseases. We are not chasing health. So anyway, the food groups I was telling you about, I put on hold were your grains, legumes, and dairy. Grains and legumes, I found out that just as much as they are healthy, but grains and legumes also do not want to go into extinction. So that's why they build a defensive protein around them. And this defensive protein is meant to protect them from extinction. So it's basically a biochemical warfare where if insects, pests, if you and me try and eat that, it's war. It's proper war. And this is what was happening to me. So each time I ate those foods, then they would be in my tummy. They will interfere with my gastric lining. They will cause havoc to my gastric mucosal lining. And obviously, this is when my immune system started struggling. And at the end of the day, the more I kept eating these food groups, the more my gut was struggling. And eventually, it lost the war and some of the things went in. And as they got into my blood, depending on where these food groups entered, these proteins landed, then I would present with hair falling off, baldness, nasty butterfly rash on my face, migrating joint pains. So that was the physiology behind my illness. So it was the foods which, as an intensive care for 30 years, I had actually thought these foods were very healthy, and that's what I learned from the food pyramid and from the school of nursing and all the guidelines I was giving my patients in hospital. But it wasn't to be for me. Those were the very same foods which were causing problems. And the moment I put them on hold, everything changed. Everything changed. And I got the wow moment. So this was the physiology behind my illness. And another thing as well is, besides these plants forming a defensive protein around them, if we go back to our ancestors, these vegetables or these plants were seasonal. And in this day and age, they are never seasonal. We actually have them 10 times a day, 365 days a year. So again, you can imagine my body had lost seasonality of these food groups. So that was again another issue. And this is why I ended up with systemic lupus erythematosus. I lost the seasons, and again the problematic foods, obviously with the defense proteins around them, all that contributed to me being unwell. And I want to share with you right now, if I go out, say, to a wedding or any social occasion, because let's not forget, food is a social tool. It's very good. We all sit together and celebrate with food, and we are meant to enjoy this food on this planet. It's an inherent good thing we should be enjoying. But what I've noticed is, if I go out now and I eat anything, whether they've put something there with the problematic foods I've just mentioned, I actually end up there a bit miserable. Sinuses, sore throats, bloating, rambling, coughing. So the body now is so alert. Anything that comes in, it's, oh, what have you given us? So that is my journey, and that was the physiology happening behind systemic lupus erythematosus. It's not that my body was confused. It was not on overdrive. No. My body, our bodies are so intelligent. They know what they are doing. My body knew what I was doing, what it was doing. I was the problem there. I kept giving the body the wrong stuff. There was no conducive atmosphere for it. And when it went on overdrive, it was working for me. It was actually my 7 trying to create an equilibrium. But I kept bombarding it with these food groups which were not good for it. Bombarding. And this is when I went to the doctors, I was told your immune system is on overdrive. It was not on overdrive. It was trying to create an equilibrium so things can work out for me. So this was the physiology behind my illness. It was all to do with the food groups I was eating. I am not going to tell you exactly which foods did not agree with me, because I do not want to preempt you, especially if you are going to go on my detox program. Then at least you will be expecting, or when Di ate this is what happened to her, so I'm expecting that. No, it's nice for you to go blindly and you try it so that you can make your own fingerprint, because it is your life, it is your journey. You need to have your health back into your own hands, just like the rest of the animals in the animal kingdom. We are supposed to be the most intelligent of all the animals under this planet, but we seem to have lost it. We cannot hear our bodies when they are talking. So if you are obese, your body is saying something. There is the physiology going on behind there, and your body is saying something to you. If you are overweight, if you have autoimmune disease, if you have diabetes mellitus, if you have chronic conditions, just try and think, revisit your food. What are you eating? What are you putting on your table? Are you digging your own grave with your fork and knife? Yes, go and see your hospital doctor, do all the appointments, do all the tests they need to do. But in the kitchen, you are alone. So try and make the right food choices there, and make sure you are eating the right foods which will nourish your body and stop disease. Let's not chase disease, but chase health. So remember, eat well, to live healthy. And as the Greek doctor said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Bye.